We are now moving on to tab G4, Staff. There you go. You will see that this section has blocks of green cells for you to record your staffing. They will need to be based on what you have said in section D of the written application, particularly D3, your staffing structure. I'm going to start with the senior leadership team and show that we are appointing a principal. Let's put that in. Yep. On a starting salary of £80,000. That's done. I also know that the employer's pension rate for teaching staff is 14.1%. And for now, I will also accept the information at the top of the spreadsheet and enter 14% for employers' national insurance contributions. Now, as this is a full-time post, the full-time equivalent in each year is entered as 1. Excellent. I will also make a note in the assumptions column, just like we did in the previous tabs, to refer the reader to section D and the narrative element of section G. Excellent. Good. So, as you will notice, I have not put in a full-time equivalent of 1 for the principal for the last 3 years. Why is that? Now, the reason is that the spreadsheet is not very flexible, and I cannot realistically expect to pay a principal at the same salary when the school has 800 pupils. Now, we could recruit immediately at the higher level, but we think the time to pay more is when we open the sixth form in 2020-2021. So I need to manipulate things slightly. What I can do is to create a second post for the principal from 2020-2021. So principal from 2020. Excellent. With a salary of £100,000. There you go. And again, pension rate 14.1, national insurance contribution of 14%. Excellent. And then I adjust the full-time equivalents so that I only have one principal in any year. So 1 and 1 for the last year. And again, I will explain this further in the narrative. Now, as I'm referring to the principal, I know that I will also need to check that in section D we have made it clear if we are relating the plan to the pay of one person who will progress as the school grows, or if it will be a replacement appointment. Now, if we scroll across this tab, we can see the cost to the school in columns T and beyond. And if we go back to, so that's column T, and if we go back to tab G3, we can see that the costs have been automatically included in section 3. This is section 3 under total senior leadership team. I can then add other senior leadership team members as they are appointed as part of the staffing plan. So if I go back to G4, I can, for example, add a business manager with a salary of £50,000. Now, I've researched the pension rate for support staff in academies in this local authority, and I know that it is typically 24%, and we'll still accept the national insurance rate of 14%. Excellent. Again, I will refer the reader to section D and the narrative.